party start. Oh, man! Oh! What the hell? Oh, you sick! You got me! Shit me! Oh, man! What kind of asshole pusser can't stand the beginning of a live stream? Oh!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park Live right here on the 2nd Street Marvel, where we're coming at you live every single Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you know what? Lately, it's been a little bit before. Today, it's a little bit after. But hey, you know what? You needed to be perusing the YouTubes around this time anyway, from like 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. You know, there's plenty of other good people doing streams on before that. But you know, this is the place where you really want to be at, you know? This is a place where you really like. I know there's other streams going on out there. People getting together and having fun. They probably got cooler people. I mean, let's face it. There's probably a couple streams that might have some other cooler people on there. Maybe that I might say are all right anyway, which is what ultimately matters anyway, isn't it? I don't know. But thank you all so much for being here today. Let me see. I feel like that's a little. Am I a little hot on you guys? There we go. Is that a little better? Is that a little bit okay? That looks like that might be a little bit better. Looks like it was peeking out a little bit there. And if I raise my voice just a little bit. But thank you all so much for being here today. Now, what I typically do is start off the show by talking about some of the comic books that I pulled for the week, and then I get in and interact with you all in the chats to talk about some of the different things that have happened throughout the week. And what's been going on out there this week? What's going on out there this week that you guys want to talk about? Now, you got to really, you got to ask me about something I know about. If you're going to put in there, hey, let's talk about Russia and the Ukraine, dude, I have no clue. I honestly don't know. Here, hold on. I feel like, no. There we go. That might be about right. But yeah, so if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, let me know down in the comments below. Now, I kind of went over most of my books this Wednesday. I had this nice big old stack of books here. Radio Apocalypse issue number 2 finally came out. Absolutely great. The Rush, another good one. Bolero. You know what? That's one I talked about the last time as well. Bolero. And I even talked a little bit about this in my comic book reviews as well. It's one of the books, look, people talk about, that's what I was talking about the other week, I'm already broke, so I've gone woke, is I don't mind reading books about, a lot of what this stuff is kind of about, I mean, in this one, I guess they do some gender bending in here, but I'm okay with that kind of stuff. You do that in an indie comic book. I'm okay with it. There's plenty of movies out there you see with different kinds of shit like that anyway. I've really enjoyed Bolero. I thought it's been very good. The art in it's been good. Issue number 2, I feel like after issue number 1, I was thinking maybe issue number 2 would give us a little bit more in-depth stories than it did so far. But I kind of also feel like it seems like they were maybe jumping back and forth. I don't know. But I really did enjoy that one. Supermassive, once again, another good one that came out this week. The Department of Truth. This series has been good. And I talked a little bit about that on Wednesday too. James Tynion IV, and just what he's kind of been doing as well. And then definitely this one from James Stokoe, Orphan and the Five Beasts, is a book that you definitely have to you definitely have to give a read, man, especially because the art in it is so great. But yeah, I went over most of these on Wednesday. But the one thing that I didn't have that I didn't realize until later, the next day or so, was there was a couple I forgot to pick up, Step by Bloody Step. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this one, from what I heard, Chris over at Chaos and Comics was talking about, this one's all art. It's all art on the inside. There's no words or anything like that. The story is all told through art. And I'm okay with that, as long as it's good. As long as it's good. It better be good. Better be good, Cy Spurrier. Doing the writing and there's no dialogue. How dare you? Right? Anyway, also, this one right here I forgot to pick up as well, Telepaths. And I really got to read this one because you guys know I've really enjoyed all of the AWA Upshot series. And this one right here from J. Michael Straczynski, who's kind of been orchestrating and really started and launched off this whole shared universe that they have going on over there. And it's been fucking great. And he's been doing a good job. And I definitely need to get in and read this one because I feel like throughout the first 5 issues, there's kind of this story going on, but I'm this can't be wrapped up in the next issue. I don't even feel like there can really be a resolution to the conflict that is currently going on in this series in this 6th issue, with obviously there being a second arc, but one that it would be completing an arc. But maybe so. I mean, maybe everything kind of goes down and then all of a sudden, maybe, I don't know, maybe the bad guys get away, right? The bad guys. Who are we going to call the bad guys? Is it the telepaths working for the government, or is it the guys who were in prison who escaped and are on the run after getting a lot of money and stuff? I don't know. Anyway, so I definitely want to give that one a read. And the other one I forgot, and I think this one was last week, was The Lion and Eagle. This one is from writer Garth Ennis, and this is going to be, I think this one's a 4 or 5. Is it 4 or 5? I don't think it's, yeah, I think, but it's all these one-shot style formats where they do this prestige format with the bigger, just the bigger book altogether, and then the binding they've got. You probably can't really see it right there while it's in the bag and board, but it's a little bit thicker of a book. Probably, I don't know, what'd you say, 45 pages tops, 42 pages maybe, I don't know. But they've been doing a lot of these over at Aftershock, these one shots where they got this kind of larger magazine, old school magazine style format in which they're presenting the books. And I gotta say, it's really good in a lot of the books. It's really great because you get just these bigger panels with the art and everything like that. It's just like one of the books that I picked up while I was on vacation back in January, is I picked up it was a reprint of one of the EC comics, and it was kind of in a little bit larger format style as well, and I like that. I like that. It's nice, right? A little bit larger format. A little bit larger format makes it nice to read. Makes it nice to read. Now, in case you guys did you guys check out my shorts today? Did you guys check out my shorts? I dropped a short. You could probably go watch the short by the time I even get done talking about and getting ready to get into what I'm going to talk about here. If you just go and you click on my channel, you go down to videos, and you should have a little thing there for shorts. Go click the short really quick. Listen to me flap my gums really quick, and you could probably, I'm guessing you could probably be back about now if you would have went and looked for it and watched it by the time I told you about it, when I first told you about it, and then been back by now. But maybe it's been that long already. How about now? All right. Are we there yet? All right. One of the things I talked about, or the thing that I talked about in that video, was from this right here, this book, this particular story in this book, and this is in Vault of Spiders, issue number 2, that was one of the Spider-Geddon tie-ins. It was about this character right here, Spiders Man, right? You see that? Spiders Man. He is a character I've always said, since I read this, I'm like, dude, this would be like a fucking great version of Spider-Man, especially, you know what? Because Sony has the rights to him, and they're probably willing to take some risks. I said that backwards. I said risks. Risks. And believe me, I know there's somebody out there getting ready like, oh yeah, they'll take some fucking risks, all right. You see that Morbius piece of shit getting ready to come out? Is that movie still coming out sometime? Fuck, I don't know. You hear anybody talking about it? Nobody gives a shit about that piece of shit. Anyway, maybe if there's like, are there hardcore Venom stands out there? Like fucking Snyder Bros and shit? Like, but they're fucking Venom Bros? Like, if there are, you're gay. And that's okay, because so is Venom, right? It's okay. But anyway, one of the things that I've been talking about for a while is this. In this particular story, they're talking about this character, Spiders Man. And I've long said that I think this would make for a great, like, sci-fi horror flick. Maybe with, like, it could even have that. What I would really like for it to have is that body horror twist to it. maybe. Anyway. But this, I didn't realize until I got into rereading this story that it was actually written by Cullen Bunn, and the artist was Mark Bagley on this. The inker was Andrew Hennessy. Chris Sotomayor was the colorist. Oh, the inker was Andrew. Yeah, okay. But basically, it's going in here, and you can see here telling the story about Spider-Man. And what he's doing is, this is Goblin Night. Goblin Night? Goblin Night. You got all the goblins out there, ready to take some booty for the Queen Goblin. Well, they're out there and they go and they attack Gwen Stacy, and this is when, oh, who comes to the rescue? Wouldn't you know it? Spider-Man, right? Of course. Spider-Man came in to save Gwen Stacy, duh. But what we find out is, like, he saves her and then he takes off to go kick some butt. She tries to talk to him and everything, and he's like, nope. He goes and kicks some butt. And then after the fight, he kind of takes off as well. But what we get is the backstory here, right? The backstory here is what's so great. Is the story, because what happens in this kind of alternate universe where he was at is him and Gwen Stacy were at Horizon Labs, and they were there checking on this bleeding edge technology that they were working on with these and they had these spiders that they were experimenting on with this giving them blasts of radioactive energy, right? Proton blasts. And they had this pit, and dude, like, I don't even know how this would happen. Has to be some sort of freak accident, but Peter ends up falling into, like, look, they got the glass thing and everything, ends up falling into the vat of spiders, right? But all these spiders, they basically fucking eat him all up and shit. Like, fucking eat him. They feast on him, and they absorb his essence. These genetically altered spiders, right? And well, what you see here is, as this is all going on, you see the right down here in this panel right here. See right there where the goblin gets all in there and smashes him, and behind him you see all the dust coming out from him. It's the spiders, because you see over here he's fighting, and you got all the spiders coming off of him. Almost looks like dust, almost like, remember that one character from the Peanuts? Yeah. But that's what it is. He's made up of these spiders, and they've got like this hive mind, and they all act like and pretend like they're fucking Peter Parker. They've got his mind. They've got his thoughts, his memories, everything. Yes. But it's just this amalgamation of spiders out there, and then, oh, look, we get this familiar scene there when after he takes off from saving Gwen, and she's like, oh yeah, you don't want to see that one, Spider-Man. Anyway, but to me, like, ever since I read this, I remember thinking, like, dude, this would, and it's written by Cullen Bunn, so that kind of, like, that figures, right? That figures. But like, this character's fucking great. Could you imagine that? Like a great sci-fi horror where instead of, or, it would be a Spider-Man movie, right? It could be a Spider-Man movie where it's like, you see him going around, but like, I think they could do it in a tone, like maybe in that, what was his name? Was it Mark Webb? Was it Mark Webb did that? Maybe in that kind of darker kind of tone that he did. Like that first Spider-Man in, right? The Amazing Spider-Man. Maybe in that darker kind of tone where you see him going around and kicking butt, and maybe he's being a little too violent, and it just seems a little too off, and you're kind of like, maybe like, yeah, maybe this is going a little too far, Spidey. Like that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, that's when it like the whole story, it goes into the background. That's where you find out, right? You find out that, like, maybe something like this happens. He goes and he rescues Gwen Stacy, or even Mary Jane, or certainly not Michelle Watson Jones. But Mary Jane. Maybe Gwen. Hey, maybe Betty, right? Maybe Betty Brant? Shit. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. They could even use the Betty Brant that's in the current well, not in the MCU. I guess in the Spamunk, in the Sony Pictures Marvel Universe, whatever they call it, right? She's in that one. Probably like they could use her too. They could even use her, but wouldn't that be great? Can you see that? Like all of a sudden she's like, "Hey, Peter," after he already fell into this fucking vat and got all ate up and shit, and like you see him she's like, and she's all crying and shit, and he all fucking takes off running. Like maybe he's all pissed off because he knows like he's a little bitch and he can't face up to nothing, and so he like punches the wall as he's leaving. You can see like, okay, like this dude's fucking a little off, and his fucking fist fucking just busts into fucking spiders that all just run up and they fucking catch up to him and they all absorb into him and shit. Like, dude, but there's a lot they could do with that, right? Because they could like make it where he tries to make a turn because she tells him like, come back to the lab, we can help you. And like maybe through the course of the movie he's just going through and maybe it's just like getting like worse, and we're like, and maybe he goes to try to get some help. And that maybe that's where the real conflict is at. He goes to try to get some help, but the doctor, what was his name? Yeah, that's probably, what was the doctor's name? Maybe the doctor. What the hell is his name here? It probably doesn't even say in here. Yeah, I don't even see where it says anywhere. Doesn't say his name. That's probably something you got to know from the comics, is the guy who's who's working at Horizon Labs. But they could have, maybe he's like, I'm trying to get that. Like maybe he wants, instead of like maybe he's trying to be the Beetle. I'm just kidding. He's gonna have a bunch of fucking anyway. I'm fucking kidding. But like I think that would be like that could make for some great sci-fi horror type shit, right? Like I think it could be pretty fucking cool and pretty sick. Because you actually see at one point in here too. Here's when he's fighting one of them, they're like, "Oh shit!" They're like they get freaked the fuck out, and he takes off. Where's it at? He's like, "Oh no!" He's like, "Fuck, let me go, man!" Yeah, right here. He's like, "Goblin Queen, protect me!" Because he got all scared and shit. Because like that's some freaky shit. Imagine you punch somebody and they turn into a bunch of spiders and shit and start crawling all over. Like, nope. That ain't it, homie. Nope. I'm fucking good, bro. You go ahead. But anyway. Alright. Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Some Felicia Hardy. We need some Felicia Hardy in the MCU. Cause you know her and Peter are bound to fuck, right? Like that shit's like you know what I mean? Like she gonna come around, she's just gonna sorry. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Who all we got here? We got Johnny on the spot, RC Scott up in the building, working. Star Wars MCU OG, Daniel Fisher, my man. Dixie in the building. Tim's Talk, Jared Dyer. Obi-Wan the homie, and Brian McCann. What's up? Read us the Moon Knight. You want me to read you the Moon Knight collection? You want I'll read that. Don't fucking get me started, Brian McCann. We'll do that shit. Every day for the next, till we get done. We'll do one issue a day, right? We can do one issue a day. Yeah. We could do it. We could do it. Let me see. I'm sure we could get that shit done. There we go. There we go. Let's do it. All right. Okay, here we go. Maybe. What? What's that all about? Okay, this looks a lot better. Oh man, I'm in the wrong shit here. I'm in the wrong one. While I'm doing this, we'll go through and see what everybody's saying. Let's discuss the relationship between my chorizo, my chorizo? Your chorizo? You got chorizo fungus? Bro, you need to go get that shit checked out, yo. Yeah. Seeing the Spider-Man thing, that's definitely gonna get a content claim. Yeah. Let's see. Where are we at here? Yeah, here we go. Search characters. Oh man, this piece of shit. Fucking figures, man. Like, they really fucked all this thing up, man. None of them can be good. None of them can be good. There we go. That'll do it. That shit'll do it. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. All right, here we go. This is all for you. Fucking the things I do for you. You know what, Brian? You're not even a channel member and shit. You don't even pay to come hang out here, and we're doing this shit just for you. All right, here we go. Moon Knight, issue number 1. The macabre Moon Knight. At dawn in the Sudan, the memory of the night's merciless cold lingers in the bones, while the day's withering heat has already begun to sear the flesh. It was at dawn that the mercenary commando squad under the command of the skull-faced terrorist for hire, Bushman, hits the rebel camp just south of the Egyptian border. The Bushman's side rode his second in command, Mark Spector. Thus, Mark Spector begins this day as a soldier for hire. He is fated to end it as something else. The slaughter is swift and soon. An easy victory, Spector, and yet you do not exult in it. Maybe I'm remembering I'm a professional soldier, not a butcher. Or maybe it's just the heat. You're too good a man to go soft, Spector. You must be bloodthirsty, ruthless to survive in our profession. Fear's the key. You must strike total fear into the hearts of your enemies and your followers as well. That is why I had my face tattooed to a mask of death. I've become an almost mythical figure of terror. That's the role you want to play. I don't. Too bad. You would do well to emulate me. Then, the chopper. Frenchie must be bringing us our new orders. Good morning, Frenchie. I don't even know. Can I? I probably do that. I'll do some shit. Probably sound like Dutch. Perhaps not so good, Mark. I've stolen and looked at Bushman's secret papers. Oh, see, I think I went Spanish there. It's clear to me now that we are fighting the wrong side, no matter what the pay is. Clear to both of us, friend. Perhaps we should plan a leave-taking, eh? Quiet. Here comes the Bushman. seconds later. So tonight we take Selima. But there are no rebels in that area. True, but rumor has it in America. Oh, are we really gonna go on? We're really gonna go? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But hey, we were good. I was gonna go there. I was gonna go there. I was. Oh man. All right. So how y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? Actually, we are going to be doing some of these sit down and read alongs. I've been wanting to do some, been needing to do some. I just need to spend the time to sit down and do some. I've just been so busy getting these Lego sets and shit built with my son. Like we've got the one we want to get done this week is the 1989 Lego Batmobile, and then we're all caught up. We're all caught up. Well, got a couple small ones here and a couple small Star Wars ones, but other than that, we're all caught up. And then we're gonna be going to Legoland. And we can go into Legoland next weekend. Yes. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Let's see. Amazing Spider-Man 3. The character from the Peanuts, the secret one that always yeah. Pigpen. There we go. Yeah, Pigpen. Yeah. You knew who I was talking about. Don't act like you didn't know who I was talking about. See, Dixie? You know. You know. You know the funnies. You know the funny books still. You know the funny books. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, Felicia Hardy. Did someone say Doctor? Who's Doctor Strange? Yeah, that was funny. You know what? That shit was funny. You know, like and the thing is, like, absolutely, 100%. He was lying. Patrick Stewart was lying when asked that shit, because like the first thing he done when he was asked, what's he do? What's the first thing they always say people do when they're telling a lie? He looked left. Like that, like he got asked the question, this motherfucker went like this. He goes, who's Doctor Strange? You know what I mean? Like he didn't do it, but he's like, who's Doctor Strange? Like oh, all right. We got you. Cool. Not even Ryan Reynolds was that smooth. Yeah. Fred. Yeah. Story time. Yeah. MCU would be the type to make Zendaya MJ. Oh God. Why you gotta give him ideas, Jared Dyer? You know what? You know what's funny is I was actually thinking too when in Far From Home, when he gave her the little the little Black Dahlia. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I wonder if they're gonna do anything with that. And then we seen at the end of No Way Home, she actually still had it on and was still wearing it, right? Like, come on, man. Like, that's fucking, like, come on, right? Right? Anyway, but don't give them any ideas. They listen to they listen to people out there and shit. And that's like one of those ideas, like, let's not give them the idea. No, please, no. MJ doesn't stand a chance if the black cat starts shaking her tail. Yeah, not at all. Yeah, chorizo fungus. Yeah. That doesn't sound good. Yeah. Moon Knight, absolutely. Yeah. Feel like I'm listening to William Shakespeare or Ernest Hemingway. Bravo, good sir. Yeah. Yeah. You like that? Was that good? All right? Yeah. I mean, we could do that. Look, I know I've been wanting to do that more often here on the channel anyway. And you know what's funny is I forgot the other day is like how I have this thing hooked up right now is that I can actually get on here and at any time, and we can do that is we could get in here and just go to town on reading some comics, because I forgot that it's easy when I plug in my iPad or even my phone. Like it can just broadcast its screen straight onto the screen. It sees everything. It shows everything that you see on my desktop. You know, so like you'd see all that stuff right there. So like, I'd have to close all my porn pages first, right? Isn't that what they say? They always say you gotta close the porn pages first, man. Yeah, yeah. Um, hey, hey, I'm missing something here. Where's that at? Hey, that's messed up. Maybe it's just up here. Maybe it's just up here.
Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah. But yeah, you can see all that. Yeah. Because I got the Marvel Unlimited, and you can get on there and read all kinds of different books and all that and all that stuff on there through their app. And yeah, and believe me when I say it's certainly a lot easier than trying to get on with the how'd that do that? Oh, it's the app. It's certainly easier than trying to get onto the desktop and trying to put all that shit up there, because you try to get on your desktop on your computer to get on Marvel Unlimited and search for a comic book to read. It's a fucking headache. You can't find it on the site. Like, I went to the site, I entered a specific the specific title, the specific issue number, even the fucking year, and it's still, you know what it gives me? It gives me everything that's freaking West Coast Avengers, every single issue fucking ever. And you know the worst thing is, it's not even in any kind of sensical order. It's not like issued one from the very start to the very finish, or from the very last issue until the most old. No, and there's no sort or anything like that. It's like this is a piece of shit. Like this was probably designed by like somebody like me, that somebody said, here, just go do something with this, fucking figure it out, and gave it to me. And like, I don't know shit about how to do any of that stuff, and I just like, okay. You know what I mean? Like that, like it feels like that's exactly what they did on their desktop website. It's like I'm taking crazy pills. Yeah. Yeah, the omnibus, it has his first appearance. The omnibus, like the omnibus has it's got the first two, what was it, 32 and 33, or 31 and 32 of The Werewolf by Night. It's got Marvel Spotlight on Moon Knight, which I think that was two issues? Or maybe they did a Marvel Spotlight on, and then a Marvel Presents, and then they had he did a couple of tie-ins with Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man. He did a handful of issues with the Defenders. He did a couple of issues with The Thing. He did like 8 issues in the Hulk magazine. And then he did, I want to say they did, I think that's when they did, I think they did after the Hulk thing, then they did Marvel Presents Moon Knight. And then they did the first 20 issues. So I've read the first 20 issues. I haven't read the rest of them.
Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah. Yeah, year, month, issue, number. Yeah. You do. Yeah, it should be that simple. But you get it, like, seriously. I'll give you my password, and you can get on Marvel Unlimited and check for yourself on the desktop, and you'll be like, dude, this is like, I could show my screen right now. I could. I want to go through all that. But is it like it's like completely nonsensical? Like dude, like one time I was looking for an issue because I wanted to pull it up on the stream, and I wanted to show everybody it here on like on the stream or some shit, and I could not find it, dude. It took forever. I was seriously like so fucking pissed off by the time I found the issue. I don't even think I fucking brought it. Like I was like you know what? I'm so pissed off. I don't even want to deal with this shit. I'm done. No, not fuck it. Done. Like seriously, it was that bad. I have no clue, Dixie. That's what everybody's looking for. That's what everybody's out there looking for. You know what you need to do? Go hit up some estate sales. Yeah, some estate sales. Go to some estate sales where people are just trying to get rid of shit. They don't know what they have. Like, I can just take that shit. Yeah, that's what you need to do. But you know what? Honestly, Spider-Man. Spider-Man. You get any of those fucking older issues? Guarantee, like, most of them are probably gonna get you something. Like, and I'm not sure what else, like, because especially like in the movies and shit, which what a lot of them are kind of going up and down in speculation on, as far as prices. But a lot of it, like the MCU now, they are starting to focus on more modern shit right now. Like you see clearly they're bringing in America Chavez into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Like that, like I don't even think fucking America Chavez is 10 years old. Right? Like I don't even think that character predates the MCU. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong because I don't know shit about the character. But you know what we could do? We could sure the fuck find out. Watch. Here, let me see. Here. Right here. Here we go. All right. America Chavez made in the USA 2021. That was that newest one. Let's see. America, which was 2017, 2018. This is Captain America 70. Okay, I don't think she was in that for 71 issues. That's Captain America bullshit. We'll just go to characters. We'll go to characters. Yeah. There we go. Filter series. Okay, so it looks here like the earliest thing that she was in was 2015. 2015. I guess we don't need to do all that. We can probably. How about we go sort publication. Come on. Sort oldest first. No. Publication date. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. Ultimates number 10. Oh, see, that was back in Civil War days. Jeez. Jeebus. Yeah, I'm not for sure if that's where they came in at, but like, so like we're 2016. That fucking way doesn't predate it at all. That's like fucking, like a hand, like that was almost when I started reading, got into reading again. Like shit. Yeah. So she's not even that old of a character then. I thought she was a little older than that. First appearance of Vengeance, number 1 in 2011. Oh, okay. But yeah, I was just saying this would just be. I guess this doesn't necessarily have everything that she's in, or because this just has like I think her solo series and stuff. Should we? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Huh. What about Riri Williams? She's supposed to be in Black Panther 2. Yeah, that's right. You know, and that's one of those ones like you don't really hear anybody like talking about that shit anymore either. Of course,
Stop it.
Oh, okay.
Stop it.
You stop it. That's one of those ones you don't really hear a whole lot of people talking about right now anyway, either. I guess maybe because they still got the filming to finish up. Letitia Wright has obviously gotten vaccinated and got back to shooting. She finally bent the knee. That's all we wanted. Oh, I would open new folders, take snapshots of each issue and page and arrange them myself. What are you talking about? Yeah, they listen. They do, man. They do. Oh, is that what you're wanting?
Bermuda, baby.
Yeah, yeah, man. You know what? Like, really, like, seriously, like, those were the days, man. Like, WandaVision were those were the best of days, right? Like, for one, they were fun. Like, they were fun speculating on it and everything. You know, it was like the first MCU series was coming to Disney Plus, and it was all exciting. Everybody was all speculating on all kinds of bullshit. We got together with Chillmonger every Wednesday. We talked about the show. We talked and flapped our gums, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, dude, it was a great time. It was a great time. Plus, the show itself was it was good, right? It was good. It's good. I know everybody likes to suck Loki's dick, but you know what? Like, that show was kind of like, I'm like, it's all right. Sophia DiMartino really ruined that one, man. Really ruined that one. By the way, I forgot to ask you about the yeah. Forgot to ask you about the toxic fandom. Fandom Menace going to Menace. Yeah, no. That's just what it like. Okay. Let me get caught up a little bit here. I would open. Okay, yeah. I just came in to see what Trinity is flapping his gums about. Well, thank you so much for being here, Two Gun Pedro, my man. How are you doing? Chavez was 2008 or 9. I guess even 2008 or 9. That's still like that's still not very long. It's still like barely around the time of Iron Man, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna ask about collectible Playboy magazines, but it's obvious you have never seen one. Oh, funny. Dixie. Yeah. Riri is a villain. Speculation was top notch during WandaVision for sure. Yeah, it was. It was. It was. You know what? And I know you hear these people out there talking about Lord Feige cracking down on the leaks and the rumors and all this and that. You know, I think he's been keen on all that stuff for a while. Obviously, we get so much of this shit because it happens anyway, and to some degree, he's got to know that it's happening, right? Like, obviously, he knows that it's happening, and there, you know, maybe people could like, there's not people sneaking on the lots and shit. You know what I mean? But like, you know, it's getting out there, right? And the funny thing is, like, a lot of it like gets out early. A lot of it gets out early. Like, I think like a lot of stuff like for the Doctor Strange, like that shit got out a long fucking time ago. A long time ago. And the thing where they're lucky there is that it's been so long, people probably forgot all of that shit, right? Like, people forgot all of it. So like they're lucking out there with a lot of that speculation and everything. But yeah. Modern Marvel, all the heroes in comics were acting like villains, not heroes. Yeah, I mean, well, you know what it is, like, just the modern Marvel books are just so they're just so boring. They're just so boring. You know what I mean? They're just boring. And the thing is, like, they're not. I'm not saying they're bad, but like most of them they're just boring. You know, they're not bad. They're not good. Just, you know. So I was in a stream the other day and somebody was talking about all these ones right here, they're not I can't remember what they were talking about. Something about they're not bad. And I'm like, well, but that like, you know, whatever people were talking in the chat are like, but that don't make them good. Just because something's not bad doesn't make it good. You know? like but yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. You thought Loki was bad? Just wait for Disney-fied Moon. Oh, Jared, stop it. Oh, you son of a bitch. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Surprised no one made a Jugs reference. Wait, for what? For what one? What are you talking about? Jugs? Oh, man. Just skip Playboy. Oh yeah, right. Just skip Playboy and moved up to Hustler. Yeah, absolutely, Hustler. Yeah. I hope Moon Knight is. Yeah, I hope it is. I hope Moon Knight's great, but like I'm telling you, the biggest turnoff for me, god damn, it bugs me every fucking time I see it, dude, is the enchanted suit. What's that enchanted suit that he's wearing? Does he have a fairy fucking godmother? Like that shit, like that shit's triggering to me. Like that, like legitimate, like that's some triggering shit to me. It really is. Like you have no fucking clue how much enchanted suit Moon Knight fucking makes me want to scream. And I hope, like I just fucking I hope there's not some shit like that really going on. Like maybe they're just doing that for like whatever. I don't know. I don't want him to have a fucking enchanted suit. I don't want it to be bleeding edge tech or nanotech or nothing like that either. Man. Shit. Fucking why you gotta remind me of that enchanted suit, damn it? Penthouse is like the in-between of Playboy and Hustler. Yeah. Yeah, it was too. It was. You know, honestly, Penthouse for a while, they would get pretty dirty on some of their stuff, man. They would get, yeah, I remember seeing some. Khonshu wants to cover markup. Yeah, I don't know, man. TV Moon Knight turns into his god form that possesses his mortal body. Yeah, could be like because like look, I haven't read all of the Moon Knight series. Like we could get back on there and see how many different Moon Knight series there is for him. But I haven't read all of the Moon Knight series at all. Like I've only read those like I said, all those first appearances and shit, and those first 20 issues that were in the omnibus. That's all I've read. I think there's a volume 2 of the omnibus getting ready to come out soon as well. And when that comes out, I'm not sure how many it'll have, but yeah, I'm sure it'll have more in there. I saw Chillmonger review the new Marvel Destiny X storyline. Yeah, I seen that too. Dropping this summer in the comics. He didn't seem to. Yeah. It's hard to, man. Like especially with the X-Men, because what they did, because like Jonathan Hickman came in and dropped a fucking fire story, bro, like to kick off this whole fucking shit, and then he came in. He came in and did it, and then he was writing X-Men. Yeah, he was writing the X-Men for like the first like 20 issues or so, and it was great. Like everything was kind of going good. And they had some of the series that were, and you know what? Then they started. Wasn't that around the time? I can't remember at what point it was. They started doing like the fucking Ten of Swords or the X of Swords or whatever. They started doing that shit, and like right after that, I was fucking out. Done. Quit. I just quit. I'm like, no. For one, like I wouldn't even say it started to go off the rails. It was just kind of like it's just like it's like there's nothing, like I don't know. At some point, it just kind of lost its steam. I get it, like it lost its steam, and really, like a lot of that was built up through the good faith that was built up in House of X and Powers of X. Now, for me, the thing was after I read House of X and Powers of X, and we started getting into the X-Men, you know, just when all the series started coming out, like, I was reading House of X and Powers of X, and I said, you know what, maybe I need to make that video, why you only need to read House of X and Powers of X, and just wait until this whole Hickman era, which is already over, this whole Hickman era is over with. Because he just, like, basically, he just wrote them out, and he can fucking dip out and leave. And all they can drag this shit on for fucking the next 2 years, the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, it don't fucking matter. And before they decide to be like, okay, Moira dies again, and we go back to fucking square one the way everything was before. The whole timeline in which you knew it before the Hickman era of comics came out, we're just going back to that timeline. Because that's ultimately all that Hickman's House of X and Powers of X set up, and what they presented through all the different little things in there, right? Like all those different versions of the X-Men and everything you've seen are the different versions that you know and everything. Like you've seen all these different versions, but the way they explained it, did all that shit, like, okay, right? Like, but like really the only timeline that closely matched the Moira McTaggart that we have known was, what was that, Ninth Life? Well, I think it was the Ninth Life. That was the only one that was the closest to it. So, yeah, but that's why you don't need to read that shit, because what's gonna happen is that after that 10th life or whatever, she's gonna die, and then it's all gonna start over, and it's gonna get to that point where she just lives her normal life without interjecting or doing anything, and goes on in the path that is the path that she's always been on throughout her whole life anyway, never revealing that she's a mutant. She's gonna die of old age, and that's that. And basically this whole Hickman era of stuff that they're doing after he set up something cool and they fucked it all up, and like after all that, you know, you can look at like those stories still exist and everything still happened, but then you can just largely look on and be like, oh, like all that stuff happened, but you know what, we're past it. It didn't really happen, but it's there. Yeah, that's funny, Dixie. Dixie, did you rewind it to the back of to the beginning of the stream? That's what I already asked people to ask me that earlier, but I'll be honest with you, my thoughts on Ukraine and Russia, like I haven't the slightest fucking clue what's going on. I know they're going to war, and that's about it. That's about it. Yeah, not the enchanted suit again. Oh god, dude, like yeah, dude, the enchanted suit. Oh my god, it's terrible. It's terrible. You know what? Like I think him diving from the helicopter into his little outside pool, in through his little lair to take off his suit, and then go up into the little pool that he has there in his room in his fucking mansion. I'm okay with the cheesiness and the just everything that comes along with that. I'm perfectly fucking fine with that over a goddamn enchanted suit. If there's a storyline, if anybody knows Moon Knight out there better than me, that knows anything about an enchanted suit, please let me know. Please let me know. Because I'm not saying it probably could for all I know. I just don't like the fucking enchanted suit. It's not, you know what? I'll tell you one thing. That fucking enchanted suit isn't as cool as fucking Spiders, man. Nothing is cooler than Spiders, man. You know what? Honestly, Spiders Man might even be better than fucking Spider-Man. Like, I think he could even be better than Spider-Man, to be quite honest. I think he could. We need to give him a chance. Right? Cullen Bunn could probably actually even write the fucking movie for it. I'm not saying he could direct it, but like he could probably even write the movie for it. Maybe we could get Sam Raimi to direct that shit. Or maybe the Saska sisters. Yeah. Sharks with freaking lasers on their heads. Yeah. Mummy Moon Knight possessed by the moon god. Is that in what series is that in? Yeah, TV Moon Knight is a new version of the character. Be quiet, Brian McCann. They're all that, okay? Every single one of these characters in the MCU is a different character than what we have in the comics. I would say the closest is probably Captain America. I'd say the closest is probably Captain America. I'd say he's probably the closest one of the comic books that we've had in the MCU. Like, is there one that's closer? Because Iron Man, I don't know. Is he quite the same? I don't know. That I don't know. I'm not sure how different Iron Man is in the comics compared to the movie. I'll have to go back and maybe one of these days. Maybe one of these days, if they put out an Iron Man omnibus, maybe I'll go buy that piece of shit and read up on it. But I don't know. I don't know. But I think they probably deviated, I don't know, maybe even a little more for him than they did for Captain America. You know what I mean? I think they did for him probably for more than they did for Captain America. And for one, like, I don't think Tony Stark... Did Tony Stark always have Happy Hogan there? I know Happy Hogan was there for quite a while. But I think, was his role a little bit different than it is in the MCU? Because they certainly had... And certainly Jarvis is different. You know, because Jarvis was actually a butler, not just fucking AI program that Tony Stark made, right? Yeah, you know, like... And again, these are little small things, but I'll be quite honest with you, like, and you probably know this as well as I do, Brian McCann, is Jarvis is a pretty big fucking deal in the comic books. Like, he does a lot of shit in the comic books. Like, I'm reading through like West Coast Avengers, fucking Vision and Scarlet Witch series, fucking you see like just like in different series, Jarvis actually plays a role in everything. Like, a lot of shit that happens. Like, you know, like, Jarvis actually gave the Darkhold to Wanda because Captain America, Steve Rogers, you shouldn't have to say that shit, right? When I say fucking Captain America, you should know I'm talking about Steve Rogers. He's Captain America. When I say Star Wars, you should... okay, we'll save it. We'll save that one. I'm kidding, but like, see, I shouldn't even went there because now I lost my train of thought. But I think, like, I don't know. I think Captain America might be the closest one. I think Captain America might be the closest one. But Jarvis, yeah, he had Jarvis did so much shit, but he gave Wanda the Darkhold because Captain America actually got it from Castle Greymore Castle after he was fighting. Who was he fighting in Greymore Castle? Who was he fighting? You probably even know too. But he actually found it when he was there in the castle. I can't remember how whatever happened, but he like smashed through this wall, right? It was fucking like, it was like hidden in this pillar. Like in a fucking like they had that shit sealed up and hidden in a fucking pillar, and he smashed through that shit and he fucking found it. I don't know. And he took that shit to Wanda. Or he took it and gave it to Jarvis, and Jarvis gave it to Wanda. Right? Yeah. That's how that happened. Jarvis is a badass. So yeah, Jarvis was a big character in the 90s. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna say he is in a lot of the other stuff. Yeah, like some of the West Coast Avengers. Like he's in a lot of the stuff. Yeah. Luna, the Moon God. Yeah. What's worse, the enchanted suit or Ms. Marvel's powers being enchanted? You know what? The enchanted suit is worse. I'm willing to give him leeway with Ms. Marvel. The enchanted suit is worse. I'm willing to give them leeway with Kamala Khan. Because it's a character I don't really care about. And know that much about either. But if we're talking Ms. Marvel, that's a different story. Because you know what? I really like Carol Danvers. She's great. Ms. Marvel is freaking great. And Captain Marvel is awesome too. Marvel, dude, he's fucking great. See what I did there? Yeah. I did that. Yeah. The enchanted suit is worse. I'm willing to let Ms. Marvel have her powers being enchanted. I'm willing to let that happen. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Yep. Wookie! How are you doing, my brother? This was a big character tonight. Yeah. Mike Porter up in the building. I hope you're doing well, Mike Porter. I hope the ceremony went good today. The service. I hope the services went good today, Mike Porter. I hope all is well. Jarvis or Alfred? Who you got? You know what? That's really hard to say, man. Like, I would have to say, only because I've read more of him. And believe me, I would never underestimate Alfred. But I might be willing to go Jarvis here. I think I might be willing to go Jarvis here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Thoughts with Mike Porter and the family today. Hope the celebration of your father's life was full of love. Absolutely. Yeah. Jarvis of America, played soon by Leslie Jones. Yeah. Yee! Yeah. Trinity Jarvis was Crimson Cowl for a bit. Was Jarvis really? Get out of here. Jarvis was the Crimson Cowl? That's crazy. When was that? When was that? Huh. Because like I think the most I've read of Crimson Cowl was when Crimson Cowl was the villain, one of the villains kind of leading the new Masters of Evil in the Thunderbolts run. And that book, like that run is fucking great. The Kurt Busiek, Mark Bagley run of the Thunderbolts. Like I read those first 20 issues, like 25 issues. That series is fucking great, man. Thunderbolts is another good one too, man. Like when that, like I already know. Like, I already know, like, and everybody keeps trying to do it too. Everybody keeps trying to tie the fucking Thunderbolts to General Thunderbolt Ross and everything, and that's how they want him to come into it. Fuck that shit. I want OG, like, Thunderbolt style bullshit in there. And I'm willing to bet maybe Zemo is out there and he's gonna plant some shit and do that. I would rather have fucking OG Thunderbolt shit. Because that OG Thunderbolt shit was great. Why? Because they were fucking villains. They were bad guys trying to do some seriously sinister shit. They were being fucking, they were deceiving everybody. What they were doing was fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. They were going out disguised as heroes, going out and saving the day, saving all these people and everything. And then like one day they're just gonna fucking just like drop their pants and take their masks off and say, "Hey, look at us. You fell for it. You stupid piece of shit." And that's like, yeah, like no, like that's fucking terrible. They had some really, like, he had some seriously terrible shit fucking planned. I don't want to see some shit like, oh, we're just anti-heroes. Like, no. The Thunderbolts weren't fucking anti-heroes. They were fucking villains. They were villains. They were villains the whole time. Now, that was the interesting thing about the whole story, is that they were fucking villains. But they all got into the role of being heroes. That's the thing. That's the thing. Not that, no, not that they're just anti-heroes. Like, that's not the thing. That's not it. Fucking the Thunder, like, the anti-hero shtick thing, fucking, that has nothing to do with the fucking Thunderbolts. They were fucking, like, Because I feel like that's what they became. I feel like the Thunderbolts kind of became that anti-hero squad, not a bunch of bad guys doing some fucked up shit. Because you got to think too, even the bad guys who were doing that, all the other people who were there, like the Beetle and like all them guys, like you got to think, like, psychologically what it probably did to them, like, it's kind of messed up too, you know. They're like, hey man, like, yeah, and you see it play out throughout the whole, you know, like fuck, I like being the hero and shit, man, like, yeah. And that's what eventually they tried to do that, right? They actually tried to be good guys. Hawkeye stepped in and tried to lead them and do all that shit, and that's what started happening. But like, Like that, like the first, like the original shit, like no, they're fucking bad guys. And even then, once he started trying to turn, like they were still bad guys, right? And I think, and I'm pretty dead sure that like all the people who were originally in the Thunderbolts ended up becoming fucking, turning back to being villains in the first place, right? So like that's the thing. They're villains. They're not good guys. But I don't know. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. Sorry. Dang, man, I feel like I got a little too heated about that. Who brought that up? Who brought that up? How did I get there? Somebody's getting booted from the chat. I'm just kidding. An enchanted suit. Mormons have enchanted underwear. Huh, interesting. That's weird. It was so incredible. Nice. That's good to hear. Okay. Oh, it was Star Wars MCU. Okay, I'm not booting you. Star Wars. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, Crimson Cowl. That's interesting. But and in that Thunderbolts run, the Crimson Cowl was actually a female too. It was actually a woman. Yeah, 1960s Jarvis was the Crimson Cowl. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ultron forced Jarvis to become Crimson Cowl for a while, and Ultron was Crimson Cowl too for a bit. That's hilarious. Like, I just got to God, what was I just reading? You know what? I was just reading issue number, I want to say it was 5. It's 5 or 6 of the West Coast Avengers, of the ongoing series, like the first ongoing series. And it's getting into Tigra's history, her backstory about Bal Qatar and the like actually what the Tigra is, and the but here was the interesting thing, because they were there and they were talking about the Bal Qatar, they were talking about the cat people in which Tigra was kind of turned into by this scientist Marie something. And so she experimented on her and she ended up turning her into the Tigra. And apparently this doctor was actually a cat people somehow. And they lived in the underworld and they didn't really know, but so she ended up becoming Tigra, and Tigra was kind of a living legend thing that these cat people had. They end up going to find that out, but in the meantime, you see that Henry Pym, who is no longer an Avenger, he's actually working with the West Coast Avengers at their compound, kind of being the Jarvis of the West Coast Avengers. And that fucking Ultron steps in. Ultron 12 steps in. And then what we see is Ultron 12 reaches out to Henry Pym and he's all calling him dad, and they're all lovey-dovey and shit, and he takes him back to his fucking lair, and Hank Pym is sitting there fucking old. I think it's Ultron 11 comes in trying to fucking kill Hank Pym. Like Ultron 12 steps in to help him. Dude, it was great. Fucking great. Great shit. It's fucking great, man. It's great. That's good stuff, man. Was it Steve Englehart? Englehart? Yeah. It's just like the best, man. It's the best. I was talking to a guy the other day at the comic shop, and he said that he loves that West Coast Avengers. And he said, but he doesn't like Al Milgram's layouts and stuff. His art. He's like, I don't like the Al Milgram. Like, I don't like that. I'm like, I liked it. I thought it's not the best, but I think it's pretty good. Like for the most part, so a lot of it's pretty good. That's funny though, Ultron, man. And Ultron's great, dude. Like in the old comic books and shit, Ultron's fucking great, man, because he very much seems mustache twirly fucking villain, kind of like he seems very much that, and it's fucking great. I love the absolute cheesiness of Ultron, but he's still so powerful and so fucking sinister at the same time. It's great. Yeah. Crap. Both my boys just woke up. Not all. All right, man. Have a good one, Daniel Fisher. Have a good one. Sorry, it was probably because I got too loud, huh? They're like, man, like, Dad, we can hear you listening to that loud son of a bitch in the other room, man. Tell them to shut the fuck up. Oh, man, look at that. I got wing sauce all over the Saska sisters. We had wings tonight. It was my daughter's birthday. Sorry, Jen. Oh, man, got it in her hair, too. Yeah, anyway. The celebration of an impactful life of a humble and kind father was incredible. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Respect. Yeah. Absolutely. Especially with the Thunderbolts, man. Like, I already feel like they're going to mess it up. Yeah. Atlas was great. Yeah. Atlas with his he's got his whole relationship with Dallas. Reardon? I don't know how you say that name. But yeah. He was like, yeah. Everything that was going on in there is absolutely great. You know what? We need to go through with channel members and do that too. And read those too. Do we need to pick a series a day, guys? Is that what we need to do? Like we'll read 3 different series throughout the week. 3 different series. Like one day we'll do Moon Knight. One day we'll do Thunderbolts. The next day we'll do... I don't know. Only 2 of the Thunderbolts stayed villains. Zemo and the mechanical bodied fixer tech backpack creation. Well, no. Well, I mean, in that series, yeah. Well, they stayed that, but like in the end, they all ended up reverting back to villains in the first place. Like Beetle went back to being Beetle, and like they all ended up eventually becoming, villains again. But yeah. The fixer, yeah. Well, because because they all became villains again, because like even in, but I think you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. Because they even, obviously in the Avengers Assault on Pleasant Hill and all that stuff, when they were in Pleasant Hill, like that's when they got the original Thunderbolts back together, was in that series. Yeah. Atlas was a demigod in Greek mythology. He was forced to hold Earth on his shoulders. Yes. Yep. And Atlas is a pretty big dude. Atlas is a pretty big dude in the comics. Well, he grows to be anyway. Rest switched to heroes and eventually just phased out in comics. They all, I think, but they all came back. They all came because let's see, Atlas is still around. Yeah, they're all still around. Yeah. Atlas is human, empowered by PIM particles and ionic energy. He wasn't the Greek. Yeah. Right. West Coast Singers? What? What are you talking about? Singers? Yeah, Reading with Trinity. Yeah. West Coast Avengers was a good series. Lots of Scarlet Witch and Master Pandemonium and stuff about her kid. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say, and that's what it just got into. Like the last 2 issues have been dealing with Master Pandemonium. It was like when he first came in to the series, which I think that was in issue 4, and then maybe then issue 5. Yeah. Because that's what led Tigra. Because that's when they introduced Firebird. And they brought Firebird in as well. And they introduced it. I think they premiered in other books as well. But this is like when they first started to do like, more appearances and shit. But yeah. Firebird came in because she was fighting Master Pandemonium, and that's when he had the fake arms and shit, like, or like his arms turned to demons and shit. Like, yeah. We're right there. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, lots of Scarlet, and that's kind of why I got into like the West Coast Avenger stuff too, because I was like, you know what, I like Scarlet Witch. I want to read some of this shit, and I was like, fuck yeah. So yeah, Scarlet Witch stuff, and I like it. Yeah, I like Scarlet Witch. Read Best Read story for story time. Yeah, I've only got the 1 issue, man. I've only got the 1 issue. Yeah, but. What else? Oh, you know what? And also, need to pick some days to certain days to go through with channel members so we can start reading like some Lady Death as well. And you read through some of the Lady Death books on there. Read Masturbator. Oh, fucking Mike Porter, man, that shit's funny. West Coast Avengers Iron Man was cool. Yeah, well, and see, and the thing is, like, when the series first started off, it was when Rhodes, Rhodey was actually in the Iron Man suit in the first handful of issues, and then I noticed, like, I think in the first 4 issues he was Iron Man, and then once their ongoing series started, the regular ongoing series, it was Tony Stark. Tony Stark has been back. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I'm not, and anybody out there knows that I'm not a big Iron Man fan. When U.S. Agent was brought into the West Coast Avengers, it was nice. Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly what point that's at, because I think one of the series or one of the issues I read was somewhere in, I want to say like the 60s. I want to say like in the 60s or something. And he was already with them at that point too. So yeah. And I would like to find some other stuff too, like when, you know, like some of the U.S. Agent stuff, and read a lot of that shit too. Like when he was brought in and all that stuff. You know, just reading some, like a lot of that old shit, man. Just getting in and reading a lot of it. It's fucking great. Fucking great. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Iron Sham. Yeah. You know, that's interesting. You know, the rumors going around about what Iron Man, what they're possibly going to be doing for like a variant, supposedly, in Doctor Strange is not a variant of Iron Man, but the variant of Iron Monger, and it's going to be Tom Cruise. Like, that's fucking great. Could you imagine? Like, can you imagine, like, instead of like, I can already see like Tom Cruise coming in to be Obadiah Stane. He's gonna be like, I can see Tom. You know how Tom Cruise got that fucking job? It was because when they were filming during the pandemic, they're gonna be sitting there like, he's gonna be like, Tony Stark made this in a cave and he wasn't wearing a mask. Woo! Anyway, sorry. My neighbors are probably like, bro, you're being fucking loud, yo. He made this in a cave and he wasn't wearing a mask. I need to get the J. Jonah Jameson laughing gif up in this piece of shit, right? Like, I need to get... wearing a mask. Yee! All right. I remember when U.S. Agent beat Hawkeye up when he joined the team. No, I don't. I didn't. I haven't got it. I haven't got that far yet. But that's great. That's great. And you know the thing, like in this so far, what I've read in these first handful of issues, like once they started the ongoing series of the West Coast Avengers, like Hawkeye, he's like, I won't say he's a bad leader. He's a pretty good leader, but he's very needy. You know what I mean? He seems very needy and very, man, just like, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, he's just like always wanting to impress. Everything's got to be all great. Like Wonder Man came out and said, you know, went on the Carson show and said, hey, I'm the dude that embezzled the money from my company and shit. And, you know, like Hawkeye's like, no, you can't do that. You can't be shit. And it was like, bro, like fucking calm the fuck down, man. You're acting like a bitch. Like, and I find that's what, like, in the first, like once the ongoing series started, not the first 4 issues, in the first 4 issues when they first started off, he was actually pretty cool. But once they started the ongoing series, he kind of turned it into like a little needy bitch. And then even at the one point, even his wife, fucking Mockingbird, she's telling him like, bro, are you okay? Like, stop being a bitch. She pretty much tells him, I wish I wasn't fucking married to you. Like, it's fucked up. I'm like, damn. Like, because he's kind of needy like that. He's a little bougie, right? Yeah. Yeah. But you know what's funny is when he stepped, yeah, it's funny too because like even when he stepped into the Thunderbolts and he started taking them over, I wouldn't say that he didn't have that neediness to him anymore, but he definitely had that you guys need to act fucking right. We need to set the right tone for this team. We need to look good for the public that we're going to go out there and serve. Yeah, like he like I'm cool with that. Fuck, hell yeah. But like he didn't seem all needed because like in this West Coast, like in this for this ongoing, like he seems a little needy and shit, man. I'm like, I don't know. Even your wife kind of called you out, bro. Yeah, that's great. I'm not sure. I'm sure that's probably in one of the issues that I have though. That Hawkeye U.S. agent thing. Yeah. Obi-Wan the homie says, pulled out Avengers Disassembled and House of M from the old long boxes to refresh my memory. House of Magnus ain't no joke. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I need to read it. You know what? I don't have the House of M. I need to go buy that one. I need to buy that one. Yeah. Yeah, stirring the pot. Classic. Yeah. Yeah, I remember Hawkeye, U.S. agent beating up Hawkeye. Hawkeye was a dickhead at the time too. Yeah, and that's the thing is like Hawkeye kind of seems a little dickheadish anyway. Yeah, and you know like yeah, he does. I'm a cunning linguist. Nice. Yeah, go between the lines. Oh man. But no, he seemed a little needy. He was a little on the needy side. He seemed like he needed everybody to be on the P's and Q's. He seemed, you know what? He was fucking what's her name? I was gonna say Gretchen Wieners, but no, like I think it was the other. I think it was probably more the other one. Yeah, maybe it was Gretchen. Yeah, Hawkeye was needy. He was a dickhead. Yeah, I mean, he was, but I wouldn't even say he was a dickhead. He just like, yeah, I don't know. He just like seemed like he needed everybody to be so good for him. And that's not, and then I wouldn't say that's necessarily a dickhead, but yeah, I don't know. But it was just some of the certain things. Like, come on, bro. Like, fucking lighten up. Like, fucking wear some boxers, bro. Take off them panties. Wonder Man, love that character. Yeah, Wonder Man's great. Wonder Man got his own series for a bit because of the bus. Yeah, I was gonna say, and I think on this first volume of the Epic Collections, it has the first 7 issues of the ongoing series of West Coast Avengers, and I think it has the first issue of Wonder Man in there. Yeah, Hawkeye wasn't. Oh yeah, I was hoping for more Wonder Man tie-ins from WandaVision. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna go there. I wonder if they're gonna go there at all. Because I feel like with like the White Vision they did, like I feel like at some point maybe they're gonna do a thing with how Tony came up with the Jarvis AI. Because we obviously seen that he had they even gave reference to the Jarvis from the Agents of Carter series in Endgame and did all that, but like it would be interesting to see them do something like that. We're like, oh well, I actually kind of where I got the idea for this was I actually took these brain patterns of the guy who used to be our butler, blah, 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 like it would be interesting for them to do something like that with all that, and then like just kind of like. I mean, obviously it'd be different from the comics, but it would be interesting. No wonder. Wonder Man is he from? No, he's not from France. Yeah. Okay, Wonder Man is from California. Yeah. I don't think so. But anyway, guys, I think that's all I've got for tonight, for this evening. I want to thank you all so much for being here today. I almost feel like we didn't really talk about much because we got got all nerdy out talking about Spider-Man, and then started talking about the West Coast Avengers and how great they are. Maybe we should have just actually kept reading through Moon Knight, right? Maybe we should have actually just kept reading through Moon Knight. It would have been fun. It would have been fun. But we'll do so. We'll do some of that soon. Channel members, maybe stuff like that. We'll do that. We're gonna do it. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I'm gonna head inside. Maybe I don't know. Fill up my water, and then maybe go read some comic books as I go lay down to go to sleep. But thank you all so much for being here tonight. You all have a good day. Make sure you go check out my shorts. Make sure you go check out my shorts that I did on Spider-Man. I did one on Spider-Man. Make sure you go check out the video that I dropped earlier today about getting off Twitter. You need to get off Twitter, right? You need to get off Twitter. Just get off of it. Let's get off of it. But you all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Hey, you know what? Channel members. Maybe we'll get together this weekend. We'll start on that Lego Batman, that Lego Batmobile. What do you think about that? Maybe we'll do that. Start doing that this weekend. Maybe we can get it done by the end of the weekend. Yeah.